What's up, kids? Dr. Earl here. I'm in the living room right now. Everybody's asleep except, of course, myself. And I figured I'd come down there and borrow my sister's computer here for the time being for now, so I can download some music from my MP3s and the phone that I'm using here to record this. Now, I know I owe an explanation to this. A particular preference of a certain music genre, which I guess everybody within this community and some who just basically, as you could probably tell by some of the other videos, some of the earlier videos of the various albums that I reviewed, that I'm a big fan of course, of a genre known as dark ambient. Now, ambient music, of course, originated, the man who started, of course, was Brian Eno. It's like a form of music which kind of like puts you in a trance, sets you in the mood, whereas imagine yourself in an open field in the sunlight, staring at the clouds while the piano plays slow, bing, bing, while some of the keyboard has a particular note all in the background, that kind of stuff. Dark ambient is the exact opposite. It puts you in an area where you're, I guess you feel least uncomfortable, puts you in basically in a frightening trance. Basically, if it's supposed to scare you, who knows? But it's definitely recommended if you're by yourself, as I mentioned many times, in some sort of open road with a fog everywhere, like we had this morning. We had, when I mentioned this meeting that we had at our workplace, there was fog everywhere. Huge, massive, heavy mist around the ground, the trees, you name it. I wanted to do a video right then and there, but discussing this subject, but I had to get home because for various reasons. I'm hoping probably we'll have a fog tomorrow so I can walk around the Alden Bridge Road and or ride a bike around the area listening to this. The experience you can the feelings you get when you combine those two together is just like breathtaking. I mean, I always been intrigued by dark sounds, echo chambers. I've always had a thing for that. It's been on my musical bucket list for centuries. Not really centuries, for years. Forgive me, folks. I first started listening to this genre back in around 1988. It started with an album called Plight and Premonition by David Sylvain from the New Wave group Japan, pre-New Wave group, I should say. And a man out from Germany called, I guess if I could pronounce his name correct, Harger Kuze. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, feel free to correct me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. But this man was a member of this experimental group from Germany called Can, C-A-N, and they did this record called Plight and Premonition. 2 tracks, Plight, parentheses, Despairing of Winter Ghosts, and Premonition, Giant Empty Iron Vessel, in parentheses. The second track was played on this station based out of Montreal. It was CBC station, I should add. And I was just like blown away by the sounds. Just completely like, wow. About a week or two later, I picked up the album, or actually cassette, from a nearby record store. Still my favorite today. Years later, I would discover this dark soundscape project by Mick Harris, the former Napalm Death drummer, now leading his group Scorn. It was a CD called Continue, which is 62 minutes of this long, monstrous drone with winds, microphone feedbacks, echoing in the back. Great stuff to play when you're driving around on a cloudy winter day around Marine City Highway, like I used to do back in when I was still living in Michigan around that period. Great music to listen to in the wintertime, believe it or not, when there's snow on the ground at nighttime. That, Cold Summer, and also, by the way, the Plight Premonition album. I used to play that all the time at nighttime when I would cruise around the metropolitan beach area, especially by the South River Road up in that area, in that spot. Me and my old girlfriends, whichever lady I was dating at the time, would go and pull up in there and just drive around, listen. And I remember one time, one lady said that she was just about hypnotized by the Continue track until I snapped her out of it. She's like, whoa, holy cow. So I guess that's one of the pleasures of listening to dark ambient, the trance it puts you in. Now, I never really gotten into any trance while listening to this. I tried to imagine myself in a particular scenario, like walking around, of course, Alden Bridge Road or 1488 Road at nighttime, not knowing what's going to come out from behind the trees or something like that. Now, for those who may question this kind of music, saying, oh, it's weird, I can't understand it, I can't figure it out, think of this. People love to be scared. We all love being scared. We love watching horror movies. We love being scared out of our wits. All the numerous horror movies, horror novels, like the second part of the It saga coming pretty soon. Stephen King, we love reading his books. We love reading books from H.P. Lovecraft, Clive Barker, his series Books of Blood. My sister was into him for a long while. So since people like to watch movies to be scared, some cats out of Birmingham, England decided let's perform music that was in a way scare people. And of course you know what I'm talking about, the heavy metal pioneers, Black Sabbath. That was their first approach. Scare them through music. And that idea, of course, worked. And other bands out there, of course, followed suit. So if people can't really get into this kind of music, they say they can't really get into it, but they'll watch every Stephen King horror movie out there. Think about that. And oh, by the way, just so you know, Brian Williams, the man behind Lustmord, who I have playing in the background here. He has done some soundscapes, some music, some sound designs for various sci-fi and horror movies. He's done music for one particular game called Evolve, which is out right now, I believe. I'm not a gamer, so I don't really know. But it did hurt a clip of his, some of the stuff he did, and wow. If you ever want someone to do some sound design or whichever stuff you have, this is the man to talk to. Basically, I like the idea of being in an uncomfortable position, not knowing what's behind me or what's in front of me, wondering if there's some spirits going to walk in front of me from behind the trees. It's just the feeling that uncertainty, that uncomfortableness. And that's probably one of the big reasons why I listen to dark ambient a lot, especially at nighttime. Oh, and also, by the way, you also got to throw in old vintage Tangerine Dream, Phaedra, Rubicon, Atom, my personal favorite. I know I reviewed that album somewhere on my channel. So, all in all, we like being scared through movies and novels and TV. Why not music? That's basically the whole sum of this video which I'm doing right now. That's the sum of this clip. Now, let me plug some of the artists that I listen to. Julian H. Mulder, Iron Cthulhu, Apocalypse. They both have they both have YouTube channels of their own. We have Lustmord Topic, which is a selection of various individual tracks from various of the guys' albums. We have Bandcamp, which features all three. We can also check out Amazon.com. We can also check on Spotify or whichever on it. Who knows? Stuff is out there, Definitely look into it. Definitely worth checking out if you're if you like being uncomfortable, so to say. Okay, I'm about to head to bed soon after I'm done listening to this. I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. In space, no one can hear you shriek.